It was New Year's Eve 2020. The party was in full swing, the music thumping loud enough to rattle the windows of the cramped off-campus house. A haze of alcohol, weed, and perfume lingered in the air as over 20 college kids crammed together in the living room, passing around drinks and shouting over one another to be heard. Masks were absent, hand sanitizer untouched, and social distancing a distant memory. "Come on, it's New Year's Eve." Ryan, the self-proclaimed host, yelled over the music. "The world's already ending anyway, let's go out with a bang." His roommate Jess frowned, nervously glancing at her phone. The hashtag Hazmat Sprayer was trending again, filled with grainy ring camera footage and eerie stories of people found dead in their homes. "Hey, maybe we should, keep it down or something," she said. "What if someone reports us? That thing's been popping up in our area." Ryan rolled his eyes, taking another swig of beer. "Oh, please. That's just some internet creepypasta. You think some dude in a hazmat suit is gonna come gas us? Get real, Jess." The party raged on, but Jess couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. She retreated to the kitchen for some air, where a small group was huddled around a phone, watching a video of a shadowy figure standing in a driveway. The unmistakable silhouette of a hazmat suit gleamed in the faint porch light. "That's like 3 blocks from here," one of them whispered. "Yeah, but it's probably just some prank," said another, though his voice wavered. Suddenly, the Wi-Fi cut out. The music stopped mid-beat, leaving an uncomfortable silence. "What the hell?" Ryan shouted from the living room, tapping at his phone. "Who unplugged the router?" Jess's heart pounded as her eyes darted to the windows. The house felt too quiet, too still. Then she noticed it. The faint sound of a hiss. A slow, steady noise coming from somewhere in the walls. "Do you hear that?" she asked, her voice trembling. One of the others sniffed the air. Is that bleach?" Panic set in as the partygoers began to notice the chemical smell thickening in the air. People coughed, covering their mouths and noses as their eyes watered. Jess ran to the windows, but when she reached them, her heart sank. Ryan had screwed them shut weeks ago to keep the cold out and save on heating. "They're sealed!" she screamed. Ryan cursed under his breath, realizing the mistake. "The doors are locked too!" someone yelled from the front door, yanking at the handle. "Basement!" Ryan shouted. "It's the only place with a door to the outside." In their panic, no one thought about ventilation. They just ran, fleeing the fumes as they poured from the vents. The group piled down the basement stairs, coughing and gagging. Jess slammed the door shut behind them, pressing a towel against the crack. The chemical smell was weaker here, and for a moment, they felt relief. But the basement was old, damp, and poorly ventilated, the small, rusted window too narrow for anyone to fit through. The air grew heavy with each passing second as the chemical vapor seeped in through the cracks. "We'll break the door!" Ryan yelled, throwing his shoulder against the basement's exterior door. But it didn't budge. It had been bolted from the outside. Suddenly, the sound of heavy footsteps echoed above them. Everyone froze, their eyes wide as they stared at the ceiling. The steps were slow and deliberate, the thud of boots accompanied by the faint jingle of metal. Then the basement door creaked open, and the figure descended, wearing a baggy yellow hazmat suit. The visor glinted in the dim light, revealing no face, just an ominous reflection of the terrified group below. The hazmat sprayer held a canister in one hand, the nozzle already aimed. Jess screamed as the figure stepped closer, spraying a dense white mist into the confined space. The sickly sweet smell of chemicals consumed the air, clawing at their throats and lungs. As Jess's vision blurred and her body went limp, she thought of the sealed windows, the bolted door, and their desperate run to the one place where the air couldn't escape. The next morning, the house was quiet. The police labeled it an accident, a tragic leak caused by reckless behavior. But the internet told another story, with new footage surfacing of a figure in a hazmat suit, standing silently outside a suburban home, watching the empty house as the first light of dawn crept in.